Okay. Hi, Kaya family. Hopefully this is recording okay and you can hear my voice through my AirPods okay. My name is Asheligh and I'm a yoga instructor at Kaya. Missing all of your faces through this time, but hopefully we'll be together again soon. So this is my little crib. I'm going to take you through a bit of a vinyasa flow practice for about 45 minutes. So roll out your mat, grab a block if you have a block. If you do not have a block, just a really thick book will do, or a foam roller or drink bottle. And I'm going to ask you to come on down onto your backs. So as you lie down, bend the knees, feet flat on the ground. And once you're there, please place the hands to the lower part of your belly, palms face down. And then just allow the eyes to gently blink down. And wherever you are in your day, whether it's in the morning, perhaps you're practicing in the middle of the day or later on in the afternoon or the evening, celebrate the win that you've rolled out your mat. Acknowledge that you've taken the time to move and to breathe. And to flush out, to cleanse. Celebrating that this machine, this body, this vessel of yours is constantly working hard for you. It's constantly moving, it's breathing, it's strengthening, digesting, detoxifying. So celebrate that you're carving out some time out of your day to be with yourself, to be with your body, to be with your thoughts. Sometimes that is the hardest step that we can take all day. With the palms resting on the belly, you may notice this subtle emerging of breath. Really notice the breath underneath the palms, the expansion, the contraction of the belly as you breathe. And just notice what it feels like to just press pause in your day. Find some stillness. Take 3 deep breaths. One more deep breath in through the nose. Open your mouth, cleanse it out. Close down your mouth. Perhaps swallowing once or twice, just lubricating the inside of your mouth and back of the throat. Okay, let's get moving. So start to blink the eyes open, please. Then grab your block or your book, whatever you have, and place whatever you have in between your inner thighs, a little closer towards your pelvis. And the alignment of the legs is ankles underneath the knees, Squeeze the block with your inner thighs, your abductor muscles. Hands down by the hips for now, palms down. And then lift your tailbone and your sacrum and your lower back up off the ground just to a mini bridge-like shape. Keep squeezing the block with the inner thighs. And then squeeze your little glute muscles. You might even like to take your fingertips to your glutes. Just give them a little prod. Make sure that they're switched on. And then feel this. Think about a bowl of soup almost resting at the front of your pelvis, and that bowl of soup is tipping into your mouth. So draw your pubic bone towards your face. You'll feel the tailbone start to lengthen down towards the heels of your feet when you do that. Keep squeezing the block. Keep the glutes switched on. And then see if you can draw your belly down towards the spine. So you're starting to really use the container of your body. Everything should be almost wrapping in. So this is almost a little reset for the spine and the glutes and the pelvis here, especially if you're doing a lot more sitting day to day than you normally do. You're going to start to feel this very soon. Keep squeezing the block, keep wrapping the glutes. Floating rib cage draws down towards the spine. From here, please reach your arms all the way up towards the sky and a little protraction of the shoulders. So what I mean by that is instead of squeezing the shoulder blades down your back, push the shoulder blades up. Keep the shoulder blades pushing up. Please draw the left fingertips back towards your face. Pull the left fingertips back. And even draw the left thumb away from your left fingers. Almost like a little bit of wrist flexion happening. Notice if the glutes have dropped down, keep the glutes lifting up, and then go ahead and start to lift the heels up off the ground, and then lower the heels back down. Oh, I've got a bit of cracking happening. Lift the heels up, lower the heels back down. Keep that going, up and down, up and down, up and down. Squeeze that block with the inner thighs, keep pulling the left fingertips back. Up and down, up and down. Swap hands, so right fingers pull back, right thumb draws away from your fingers. Keep the heels lifting and lowering, keep squeezing the block. We'll go for 5, go for 4, for 3, for 2. Gently release the right set of fingers, keep lifting and lowering the heels. Lifting and lowering, squeeze the block. Every time you lift up, think about squeezing the glutes. Belly draws down. Just go here for 3 more. For 2. And 1. Lower the heels down. Lower your tailbone down towards the ground. Keep the block exactly where it is. Please lift your legs up to reverse 90-90. So reverse tabletop. Squeeze that block with the inner thighs. And really flex the toes back towards your knee joints. Squeeze the block, interlace your hands behind your skull. Let the skull be heavy into the palms, and then wrap your elbows in towards your temples. With the elbows wrapping in towards the temples, start to lift the skull, shoulders, and upper back up off the ground. Squeeze the glutes, squeeze the block with your inner thighs. Keep pulling the toes back towards your knees. Lift up higher off your shoulders. With the shoulders lifting up off the ground, still draw the belly down towards the spine and then pivot 2 inches to the left. So the upper body pivots 2 inches to the left, like your right elbow to lift and tap your left knee. Notice if the left shoulder blade is lower to the ground, consciously lift the left shoulder blade up. A little bit more into the obliques here. Lift up 2 inches higher, breathe in, and then pivot back to center. Try not to move the legs, breathe out. Pivot 2 inches to the right, please. Like you want to tap left shoulder to right, you lift up higher, especially the right shoulder blade. Squeeze the block, take 1 more breath. Pivot to center and then lower down. Stay with the legs, breathe out. Elbows wrap in, inhale, exhale, lift up off the shoulders. I promise we'll start to get into down dog and a bit more classical traditional yoga soon. Just really want you to reset your spine, reset the central axis point of the body and the pelvis, and raise the heartbeat and the temperature of the body a little. Squeeze the block, lift up higher, start to pulse up and down. Back of skull is heavy into the palms. Pulse up and down for 8, 7, 6, squeeze the block, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, lift and hold, belly draws down, take one more breath, and then lower all the way down, exhale. Nice job. Release the block. Take your knees into chest. You might like to rock left and right. Just release the lumbar spine, the lower back and the sacrum. And then however you'd like to get there, we'll make our way onto hands and knees. So you might like to rock and roll up and down along the spine. Maybe roll onto one side. Hands and knees is where we will meet. Once you've found your quadruped, your hands and your knees, I invite you to take your forearms down in replacement of your palms. Tuck your toes, lift your hips to the sky for Dolphin Pose. Now this is super early in the practice for Dolphin, I know, but you should be nice and warm to be able to consciously and mindfully come into this shape. Now lift the heels up off the ground a little, bend the knees, press your forearms into the ground, and just like we did with our little reset at the start, draw the belly in towards your spine. Chin into chest so the back of the neck is nice and long. 5 breaths. You may like to close down the eyes. Starting to say hello to your body. Last 2 breaths. Last breath in. Cleanse it out. Drop your knees down to the ground, please. Come to sit onto the heels of your feet. Place your fingertips to your shoulders, just like you're doing backstroke in water, or like a little bit of a sassy roll at a nightclub. Just roll the shoulder blades backwards. A little bit of release of the shoulders. Feels nice. And then come on forward back to your tabletop shape. When you've found your tabletop, really stack the shoulders on top of the wrists and find the hips stacked right on top of the knees. And we'll take our cats and cows, our rolling over the pelvis. So soften the belly, roll the shoulders, lift up through the chin, the chest, the eyes, and the heart as you breathe in. And then press the earth away around all the way in through the spine as you breathe out. Let's do that 2 more times. Come forward on the in-breath. Round all the way through on the out-breath. Last time, come forward, breath in. Round all the way in through the spine, breath out. Stay with your rounded spine, so feel the shoulder blades press apart. Back of the neck as long as the chin tucks in towards the chest. Tuck your toes, hover the knees 2 inches off your yoga mat. Belly pulls up, press the earth away. Take 1 more breath in. Glide on back to downward facing dog on your breath out. And any little movements that you may like to take in your first Adho Mukha down dog for this little short cleansing practice. I like to pedal through my feet, maybe a little sway of the hips, maybe a shake out of the head for no, nod of the head for yes. And always remind yourself to meet your body as it is today. So if you need to rest in child's pose at any stage of the practice, please rest. Know that you can always add on, take away, go up or down. Match your practice to your own energy. Find some stillness in your down dog if you haven't already. A little bit of flexion into the knees, so bend the knees a little. With the knees bent, allow the tailbone to lift higher towards the sky so you feel your whole posterior chain get longer. Take a full body breath in, fill up. Open your mouth, let it leave you. Look forward to the top of your yoga mat. Take a little walk, walk, walk all the way forward. Once you arrive, halfway lift, hands to shins, lengthen your spine as you breathe in. And then fold over your legs, soften on your breath out. We'll do that 2 more times. Halfway lift, we lengthen. Fold over the legs, we soften. Last one, halfway lift, breathe in. Fold over the legs, invitation to catch the back of the legs if you wish. And then press into the feet, stand on up, Urdhva Hastasana, get tall as you inhale. Hands come into the center of your heart on your exhale breath. Back to the sky with the fingers. Squeeze the glutes as you lift up. Bend your knees forward, fold all the way down to the earth. Take a halfway lift, breath in. Fingertips down to the ground. Step your right foot all the way back for a low lunge. Right foot back for low lunge. From there, take a twist. Your left arm heels all the way open towards the sky. With the left arm reaching up towards the sky, squeeze the right glute a lot. That back leg is super strong. And think about lifting out and up from your shape rather than dumping down. Take a big breath in. Left hand to the ground, step back, downward facing dog, please, as you breathe out. And climb on forward to high plank. So ripple your way all the way forward to high plank. Shoulders on top of the wrists. Send the heels back in space, but at the same time, the center of your heart draws forward. Then from here, lift your left toes off the ground. Draw the left leg out and in, out and in. Little flossing of the left hip flexor here. Out and in, out and in, out and in. One more, out and in. Next time it comes back in, drop the left toes down, drop the knees down. Shift your weight forward, shoulders over wrists as you breathe in. Half push-up, half chaturanga. So lower halfway, breathe out. 2 more like this. Lift back up, breathe in. Lower halfway, breath out. Back up, breathe in. Lower halfway, pause, breathe out. Take 1 more inhale. Lower to your belly in one piece. Exhale, breath. Cobra Pose. So point the toes back, lift up through the chest, squeeze the glutes, breathe in. Lower all the way down to the earth and breathe out. 2 more like that. Cobra Pose. Lift up, squeeze the glutes, inhale. Lower all the way down to your mat. Exhale, breath. 1 more time. Cobra Pose. Like you're dragging the hands back to pull the heart through. Lower all the way back down, exhale. Tuck your toes, lift up, high plank as you breathe in. Downward facing dog as you breathe out. 1 inhale, strong arms. Stay for the exhale breath. Raise your heels. Bend your knees, look forward, a little walk, a step, maybe a light hop forward. Halfway lift, we lengthen. Fold over the legs, we soften. Press into the ground, reach up, Urdhva Hastasana. Expand your shape as you breathe in. Hands to heart. Back to the sky. Squeeze the glutes, inhale. Forward fold over the legs, exhale, breath. Halfway lift, breath in. Fingertips down to the ground, step the left foot all the way back, low lunge. Peel the right arm open to the sky for a twist. Once that right arm is lifting up, energetically press the left hamstring up towards your ceiling. Squeeze the left glute. Take an in-breath. Right hand to the ground, downward facing dog. Softly step back on your out-breath. Climb on forward, high plank, please. Shoulders on top of your wrists. Keep squeezing those glutes. Lift the right toes 2 inches off your yoga mat. And then abduct the right leg. So out and in. Keep squeezing the glutes. Belly pulls up. Out and in. Out and in. Out and in. Out and in. 2 more. Out and in. Out and drop the right toes down. Gently lower the knees down. You can hear my breath starting to quicken up. Shift forward as you inhale. 2 of these. Low plank, exhale breath. Press back up, high plank, breathe in. Low plank, breathe out, pause. 1 more in breath. Lower down 1 piece on your out breath. Cobra Pose. Squeeze the glutes, lift through the heart, breathe in. Lower down to the ground, breathe out. 2 more. Lift up, point the toes. Legs are energized. Inhale. Lower down on your exhale breath. Cobra Pose or up dog this time. If you're coming into up dog, lift the legs off the earth as you inhale. Downward facing dog on your exhale breath. 1 breath in. And 1 breath out. Raise the heels. Bend the knees, look forward. Walk, step or lightly hop, top of your mat. Halfway lift, we lengthen. Bow over the legs and soften. Press into the earth. Reach up, expand your shape. Breathe in, maybe a back bend. Forward fold to the earth as you breathe out. Halfway lift, lengthen your spine. Plant your palms, step lightly back, plank shape. Shift forward in your plank, shoulders over wrists. Take it to low plank, knees on or off the earth. It's a back bend, cobra or up dog as you inhale. Takes you back downward, facing dog on your exhale breath. 1 breath in and 1 breath out. Raise the heels, bend the knees, look forward. Walk, step, lightly hop, top of your mat. Halfway lift, lengthen. Bow over the legs and soften. Press into the ground, reach up, breathe in. Straight away, fold to the earth and breathe out. Halfway lift, inhale. Plant your palms, plank shape, exhale breath. Shift forward as you breathe in. Option to drop the knees, low plank, breathe out. Your back bend, up dog or cobra as you inhale. Downward facing dog on the exhale breath. Last round, take 1 breath in. 1 long breath out. Raise the heels, bend the knees, look forward. Walk, step or float forward. Halfway lift, inhale breath. Fold over the legs, press down, reach up, saluting the sun. Forward fold all the way over the legs. Halfway lift, breathe in. Plant your palms, high and low plank right away so you can step, you can hop, you can walk back. Your back bend, roll the shoulders to pull the center of your chest through. Downward facing dog is where we'll meet. Find 3 breaths, maybe with the eyes closed, so you can really shift from your external environment to come into your own internal environment. Notice if there's any shifts in your mood, in the way that your body is feeling, maybe the temperature, the heartbeat. Okay, strong arms. Please reach the left leg to the sky. Maybe it just lifts to the height of your hip. Keep the left leg maybe to the height of your hip. Flex the toes down towards the ground. Strong arms. Then lift and lower the right heel up and down. Up and down. Up and down. Get a little into the back line of that right leg. 2 more. Up and down. Up and down. Then lift it up and let it stay up. Tighten curl the left knee in towards the chest. Softly step the left foot to the left thumb. Drop the back knee down to the earth. Sweep your arms all the way up towards the sky for Anjaneyasana. Deliberately pull the floating rib cage in towards your spine. And then squeeze the right glute a lot. Take a breath. Bend your elbows and a little clipping of the shoulders down your back as you breathe out. We'll do that 2 more times. So back up to the sky, breathe in, squeeze the right glute. Bend your elbows, breathe out. 1 more time, reach up, inhale. Elbows bend, exhale, breath. Back up to the sky, we go breath in. Hands come down to the earth and breathe out. Spring your right foot forward lightly. Halfway lift, we lengthen. Bow over the legs, we soften. Press down, reach up, big breath. Forward fold to the earth, exhale. Halfway lift, we lengthen. Fingertips to the ground, step your right foot back for low lunge. So the left leg stays forward, same leg forward. Reach your left hand back to the height of your left hip. Reach your right hand back to the height of your right hip. Arrowhead shape. Now if you're really leaning down and letting the front line of your body rest on your left leg, consciously pick the body up. Same conversations and cues we've been having this whole class. A clipping of the shoulder blades back, but as you do that, pull the floating ribs in. Back leg is strong. Take a breath. Stay to breathe out. Stay in your arrowhead. Just reach your arms forward. Biceps come next to your ears. Take 1 breath in. Hands to the ground and breathe out. Step back, high plank. Maybe the left toes stay hovered off the ground. Shift forward as you breathe in. Chaturanga, breathe out. Take a back bend. If the left toes were hovered, place them down, breathe in. Downward facing dog on the breath out. Okay, let's keep moving, strong arms. Right leg to the sky. Maybe just to the height of your hips, so you're in this L-like shape. Flex the toes down towards the ground. Keep your arm bones strong, then lift and lower through the left heel. Up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down. 2 more. Then lift the left heel, let it stay up. Tiger curl the right knee towards your chest and softly land the right foot to the right thumb. If it doesn't quite get there, just shuffle it up with your hand, not a problem. Back knee to the ground. Sweep your arms up to the sky, Anjaneyasana. Squeeze the left glute a lot. Take a breath. Goal post your arms, so bend the elbows. Breathe out. 2 more like that. Reach up, breathe in. Goal post your arms. Breathe out. 1 more time. Extend, inhale. Squeeze the shoulders. Exhale, breath. Back to the sky. Grow tall, breathe in. Hands come down to the earth and breathe out. Spring forward. Lengthen your spine, lift halfway. Bow and fold all the way. Press into the ground, reach up. Maybe a back bend. Squeeze those glutes. Forward fold to the earth, exhale. Halfway lift, we lengthen. Fingertips down, step your left foot all the way back, low lunge. Right hand reaches back to the height of your right hip. Left hand reaches back to the height of your left hip. This side for me is definitely a lot weaker, so I feel it a lot more. So notice if this side for you feels different than the first side. Start to connect that brain to physical body connection. Back leg strong. Heart is open and broad. How's your breath? Take 1 more breath in. Take 1 more breath out. Reach your arms out and forward, biceps to ears. Breathe in. And then softly place palms to ground. Breathe out. Step back, high plank. Perhaps right toes stay hovered off the ground. Shift forward as you breathe in. Takes you to low plank. Breathe out. A back bend. Lower the right toes as you inhale. Downward facing dog on the exhale breath. 1 breath in. One breath out. Left leg to the sky, please. Inhale. We'll keep moving now. Knee across the body. Try to touch the right elbow, so shift so far forward, maybe they connect. Back up to the sky with the left leg. Breathe in. Knee to the left elbow. Breathe out. Back to the sky. Inhale. Lightly step the foot to the left thumb now on your exhale breath. Press into your feet. Reach up for high lunge, crescent lunge this time. So a little bend into the back knee. That's going to allow your tailbone to wrap down towards the ground now. So the spine and the trunk stays nice and tall and long. And think about this, from your feet to your fingers, lengthen, grow tall. Take a breath. Goal pose your arms, breathe out. Twice more. Breathe in. Goal pose your arms, breathe out. One more time, reach up, breath in, breath out. Back to the sky with the arms, grow tall, inhale. Bow forward, please, arrowhead on your exhale breath. Stay in arrowhead, take one breath in. Strong back leg, stay, breathe out. Reach your arms out and forward, biceps next to ears, breathe in. Warrior two will be your next shape on your breath out. So back heel grounds down to the earth. Arms start to open out wide. And if you've got the space, wherever you are, even if it's in your kitchen or bathroom, see if you can take as much space as you can with your body. Find your eyes focusing on one spot. Take a breath. Stay to breathe out. Keep with your strong legs, just flip your front palm. Reverse your warrior. Feel the lateral side body of the left side stretch. Hands cartwheel down to the ground. Please spring your right foot forward, lengthen your spine, lift halfway. Bow and fold all the way. Take a chair pose, Utkatasana. So drop your hips down, reach your arms up to the sky. Now notice I've got this back bend happening in my lower back. I've done that deliberately to show you. We want to come out of that back bend. So move your tailbone and your glutes down towards the heels of your feet. It's going to protect your lower back. Pull the belly in and up. Heart stays broadened. And if you come to my classes at Kaya, you will always know when we come into this shape, I will say look forward rather than down. Find your breath. Breathe in. Maybe drop down a little deeper. Breathe out. Take one more inhale. Fold, release to the ground. Exhale, breath. Halfway lift. We breathe in. Plant your palms. Option to take a flow. You can even skip this part out and step straight back to down dog. Know that you always have the choice. Make good choices in your body. Okay, with your strong arms, right leg to the sky. Breathe in. Take it across your body, maybe touching the left elbow, breathe out. Back to the sky, inhale. To the right elbow, touch the 2 points, exhale, breath. Back up to the sky, breathe in. Tiger curl the knee to the heart. Softly step the foot to the right thumb. Crescent lunge, so press down into your feet to allow that pressing down to lift you up. Drawing the tailbone down towards the earth. Find your breath. Take a lengthening breath in. Elbows bend on the breath out. Pull the belly in. 2 more just like that. Reach up, inhale. Pull the belly in. Squeeze the shoulders down your back. 1 more time. Reach up. Bend through the elbows. Reach up, breathe in. Arrowhead, bow forward on your breath out. Stay here, inhale. Stay for your exhale breath. Reach your arms out and forward on a breath in. Warrior 2, so left arm circles up and back. Breathe out. So take up lots of space. And as you find strength in your warrior 2, notice where you can balance the strength with a sense of softness. So where are you almost gripping onto in the body? Where are you gripping onto in the mind? That you can consciously let soften. That's what the yoga practice is, this training ground. To notice if there's a thought that continues to play over and over, or a conversation or something that happens that we're gripping and holding onto. And what can we ungrip? Allow it to flow in, allow it to flow out. Take 1 more inhale. 1 more exhale breath. Flip your front palm, reverse, up and back. Feel the right side stretch long. Hands cartwheel down to the earth. Spring forward, lengthen your spine, lift halfway. Bow and fold all the way. Press down, reach up, breathe in. Forward fold to the earth. Breathe out. Take a halfway lift and lengthen. Plant your palms, step float or fly back through a flow. I'm going to skip this one and step straight back to down dog. If you have the time, you may like to pause this video now and take 1 more flow. Unfortunately, we've run out of time as much as I would love to keep going. We're going to start to transition onto our backs. Before we do that, take a deep breath in. Open your mouth, let it out. Look forward towards your hands. Take a little walk, walk, all the way to the top of your yoga mat. Please find a seat on your bottom. However you'd like to get there, you're going to come on down onto your backs. You can slowly roll down or whatever works for you at this stage of your day. As you come down to your backs, bring your feet out mat width distance apart. Let your knees knock in together. Just place 1 hand to the heart and 1 hand to the belly. If it feels okay for you to close down the eyes, gently blink the eyes down. Again, notice what it feels like to just pause. To be the observer. To be the witness of how you are feeling at this point. Maybe your movements, maybe your practice has stirred something up for you. Just notice it. Feel the breath move underneath your palms. And then ever so slowly start to heel through your feet back underneath your hips. You'll take your left ankle on top of your right knee for a reclined pigeon shape, figure 4 shape. Now really deliberately flex your toes back towards your knee joint. Again, this just protects the ball and socket joint of your knee. Now you might like to place left hand to left knee and just gently press the knee away from your body. If that is enough for you, just stay. Stay here. If you feel like you can take this shape a little further, depending on how your body is feeling today, pick up the right leg. You might like to wrap the hands around your right hamstring, maybe around your right shin bone. A little tuck in of the chin towards the chest, let the shoulders soften down towards the earth. From there, just start to lengthen your right leg all the way forward and squeeze that left knee in towards your chest with your hands. We'll transition this into a supine twist, so take that left knee across the body. Sometimes I like to have my block or my book underneath my knee as I twist over. That might feel nice for you. But as you twist, make sure you shuffle those hips back into the center of your mat. So you're twisting from your thoracic spine rather than from the pelvis. The left arm may like to sway open to the height of your left shoulder. And if it feels okay for the neck, maybe looking over to your left fingertips. Consciously feel the breath from the very bottom of your belly all the way up through to the gateway of your heart. Especially as you twist, the breath becomes a little quieter. So notice that, observe that. And then gently come back to center. Place your feet back down to the ground. Shuffle your hips back to center. When you're ready, right ankle on top of your left knee. Flex your right toes. Press the knee away from your body. Again, if that's enough for you, please stay. Or pick up the left leg, thread the hands through, maybe to the back of the left hamstring, maybe on top of the left shin bone. Have about 10 breaths here. When you're ready to move, left leg will lengthen, right knee will hug into the chest. And take your supine twist to the other side. Knee across the body, maybe a block underneath the knee. A little bit more supportive twist. Hips shuffle back to center. Maybe opening the right arm out, get a little bit of a chest opener too. And when you're ready, come back to center. An invitation to take any last final shape that you need before Shavasana. If it's a practice that you're taking in the morning or midday, you may like to take a back bend so you feel energized. If you're practicing this class more in the evening, you may like to take an inversion, perhaps a Viparita Karani, the legs can lift up, shoulder stand, headstand, whatever works for you here. Once you've completed or you feel complete in your last movements and shapes, you may like to squeeze the knees into chest, wrap your arms around your legs, you can curl your way up into a nice little ball. You'll take your final resting shape of Shavasana. So the legs will lengthen. The palms may like to turn open to the sky as this gesture to receive the magic of your movement medicine. If you're feeling like you need a little bit more grounding, you may like to place the hands onto the body. Your choice. I invite you to rest here for as long as you need to rest. So you might like to pause this video, maybe put on some sweet music that allows you to down-regulate at the end of this practice, and just allow my words to close for you. So take all the time that you need to pause and rest. Again, acknowledge that you took some time out of your day to be with yourself. Sometimes it can be the hardest steps that we take all day. And I acknowledge you for joining me, and I thank you for joining me. I very much look forward to seeing your faces back at Chaos soon. Thank you for practicing and playing with me. Namaste.